Welcome to Schedule. Hello, my name's Mel, and this is the first video in this series where I cover off the global settings section. We'll start with the Accounts page setup. To access this page, click on Account under Global Settings. The first thing you'll notice is that the information has been divided into tabs. The first tab is called Company Details, and here is where you can enter your company's basic information, including company name, contact name, email, phone, and ABN. Below that, you can also enter your company's address. Let's start by double-checking that the selected country is correct. If you need to change the country, simply open the drop-down menu and choose the correct option for your account. Once this is done, you can then add the address by entering the street, city, state, and postcode. Moving on, the next tab is called Invoicing. This is where you enter your company's bank account details, and they'll be displayed on the invoices you send to your clients so they know where to make your payments. The fields include bank name, account number, and BSB. Below this section, you can find the currency field, which will be pre-selected based on your country. However, you can always open the drop-down menu and choose a different currency if you wish to. You can also customize the tax label that will be displayed on the invoice, as well as the tax percentage. Moving on to the next tab, we have the Rosters and Timesheet section. Here you'll find a few options to customize your account to match the way you work and do your rostering. The first thing to do is choose either Monday or Sunday as the first day of your working week for your rosters. Then you can choose your preferred date format, whether it should display the day or the month first. After that, you'll need to select the correct time zone for your account. This is an important step to ensure that email reminders to staff and other notifications are sent out correctly. Below, we have the option to enter a minimum rest time for staff between two shifts. And something to note is that the system will allow you to roster a staff member even if the gap between the two shifts is less than the value you set in that field. However, the system will trigger a warning message when you assign the second shift to that staff member. Okay, moving on, we have the unit of length option, which will be pre-selected based on your country. This field's used to set the geofence radius around your client's locations so that staff can sign on and start their shift work. You can choose whether staff should view their rosters on a weekly or a monthly basis. Below the roster options, we have the timesheet section. Here you can choose to allow the system to override the start and end times for a scheduled shift with the actual times recorded by staff when they sign on and off via the mobile app. When enabling this option, you'll also be able to set the time rounding. For example, let's say you charge your clients in 10-minute intervals. In that case, you would set the time rounding to 10 minutes. How this helps you is that you have perhaps a shift that starts at 3 o'clock and the staff member signs on at 3:07. Well, the system would automatically round up the shift to start at 3:10 in the timesheet. However, if they sign on at 3:04, the system will automatically round down the shift to start at 3 o'clock. The same is true for the shift sign-off times. Okay, let's move on to the next tab called Branding. Here you can customize your account to match your company's brand. We recommend uploading a logo with a white background for the login page, email headers, and invoices section, and a logo variation that would work well with a dark background for the navigation menu section. Below, you can also upload your favicon, which is the little icon in your browser's tab. Of course, all of this is optional. It's up to you. At the top of the page, we have the web access section. This is the unique web address or URL to access your account. By default, the system uses your company name to create this unique web address. However, you can always change this by entering a new word or short phrase. If you are entering more than one word, please make sure you don't leave spaces between the words. So just use a dash instead. Once you enter your preferred word or phrase, click the Check Availability button. If available, you'll also need to click the green button at the top to save your changes. Every staff member and user in the account will receive an email to notify them of the account's new URL, so they can then log in either to the staff or dashboard portals. The last tab is the Daylight Saving Time or DST. By enabling this option, you can set the dates and times for when daylight saving begins and ends. First, set the amount of time for the DST. In most cases, this will be 60 minutes, although it could also be 30 minutes for South Australia. Then select the date and time when daylight saving begins and ends. Setting this up correctly will ensure that any shifts being performed during the daylight savings transitions will get reflected correctly in the invoices and in payroll. Well, this wraps up the account setup overview. I'll see you in the next video.